What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video. We're here for another Ring of Honor television review, a review of episode number 7, the April 13th, 2023 edition of Ring of Honor. Now, this was the quickest episode that we've seen in this Honor Club era. This episode was an hour and 30 minutes long, and this is going to be a small little rant I have about Honor Club. I like Honor Club. I always got to pay for Honor Club. But they've changed the freaking bar that the time is on, and it is absolutely terrible. It is like, you can meme this, but it's just like small as crap, and it bothers the hell out of me because you can't. It makes it very difficult to go from match to match or to see like, oh, how long is left in the show, which I was doing that several times. Like I said, it's an hour 30, but it's just like if you hover over it, it goes from like 30 minutes to an hour like that. Like there's no space to like differentiate the times. So there's a big complaint that I have. Obviously, hopefully they change it, but it's not an end of the world type of situation. Like I said, this is a shorter episode. Will this be a shorter review? Who knows? The first match on this episode of Ring of Honor was Mark Briscoe versus Ari Daivari, who I've definitely lost count. I think he's competed on every episode except for one, maybe two. He's definitely competed on more episodes than anybody, I think. Again, I'm just kind of pulling that out of my ass, but from memory, I think they're truer on that. Besides the point. The match starts with Mark having the very early advantage, but it doesn't last long once Tony Nese pulls on Mark's foot from the outside. Daivari hits a crossbody that gets a 2 count, but misses a frog splash once he goes back to the top rope. Mark is able to recover with a Jay Briscoe-style neck breaker, and then he attempts to hit the Jay Driller, but Smart Mark on the outside distracts Mark Briscoe and the referee, and Tony Nese and Josh Woods, who are on the outside, are trying to get at Mark Briscoe's feet, but the referee turns around and catches them and throws them out. He throws them out. I don't know why I was struggling to say that so much. But Mark is able to hit a J Driller and win the match. And after the match, very quickly, Tony Nese and Josh Woods come back into the ring and attack Mark Briscoe. And FTR make the save. And that was kind of the end of that very quick match. And a very surprising FTR surprise. Also, I probably should have noted this, that this was taped last week. It's not like an end of the world, because obviously the first set of tapings, like, were done over 2 days, and they spread it out over 4 weeks, where this was done last week, and then they taped I would imagine what's going to be next week's episode yesterday. So timeline-wise, it's very crazy, but FTR, moral of the story is I think it just won the tag team titles, because they came out with the AEW tag team titles, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't remember if they won the AEW tag titles last week or even the week before. Like, honestly. So, it's just a big time collusion thing. But more of the stories like FTR are a big deal, and they made a brief cameo on this episode of ROH TV. We get a video promo from Eddie Kingston, who is at home, and he has a hernia injury that he said he's had since September, but after Supercard of Honor, it was made way worse. But he's not making any excuses for losing the match. He went into the match trying to be the better man than Claudio, and he tried to beat the crap out of Claudio, and it just didn't work out. Obviously, I'm summarizing the promo. He says he will most likely need surgery, and the main story is we do not know when we will see Eddie Kingston again due to this hernia injury. So, get well soon, Mad King. We're going to do the little pose he does. You know, there's a Titantron. Next, Sky Blue versus Kelly Madon. I think it's Madden. Madon is spelled M-A-D-A-N. Long story short, this was a very quick match. Collar elbow tie-up starts the match off, and Blue loses the advantage after missing a super kick. And the majority of this match is Sky Blue trying to hit the super kick, but Kelly is able to move out of the way. But eventually, Sky Blue does hit the super kick and hits Skyfall to win the matchup. Next match is Mike Bennett versus Darius Martin. Long story short, this is a match that angered me, but we'll get to that at the end. We get a chop battle between the two to start the match off. Matt Taven distracts Darius when he is on the top rope. Also, let's see if I can do my best and not call Darius Dante during this match, because several times I almost wrote Dante down because commentators like Dante. Can y'all just focus on the guy in the ring who is Darius? Get well soon, Dante, of course. Bennett hits a super kick. It's a Spicoli driver on the apron once Darius fails off the top rope. While it takes a while, Darius is able to recover and hits a bottom rope tope suicida on the outside and a Spanish fly once they get back in the ring. Now this is the part that angered me. Out of nowhere, Matt Taven just comes in the ring and starts beating up Darius, and the match ends. Technically, Darius won by DQ, but they never raised his hand and said he was the official winner. And Action Andretti, remember him, comes down to the ring and makes the save. I don't know if they're going to be a long-term tag team, obviously until Dante comes back, maybe. But next week, Action Andretti and Darius Martin, they cut a promo later on in the show and challenge the Kingdom to a match next week. So if that match happens next week, I don't know because I don't remember the spoilers, but I was definitely a little bit upset that we wasted time on a match, that a DQ happened. And normally when a DQ, the main reason I'm mad, and obviously Matt Taven just came in after neither man were doing anything and just beat up Darius. That's kind of the thing that made me a little. So if Darius was close to winning, I'd be fine. But he just came in out of nowhere and broke the match up. So it's probably the most upset I've been with a match in the comeback of Ring of Honor. But that's besides the point. They were able to recover and had a great match. Up next in Wheeler Yuta versus Tracy Williams. He goes to the ground very early, including Tracy locking in on armbar, but it does not affect Yuta, who mainly uses chops on Williams. Williams hits a DDT on the top rope, followed by a brainbuster leading to a crossface in the center of the ring. Yuta fights back with forearms and strikes the neck area with and locks in a sleeper hold while holding the arms of Tracy behind his back and eventually wins the matchup. Again, I've mentioned this several times. My favorite matchups in Ring of Honor, especially in this new era, is when you don't know who's going to win. We obviously know who's the favorite to win or who's won the more matches. But when the match is going on and it's back and forth and you lose that belief of oh crap, this is very good. And again, I'm giving a compliment to Tracy Williams because this has been how his matches have gone, even his tag team matches since he's been back. They've been very back and forth. He's done great in all of his matches, and I've enjoyed them. So that's me giving my flowers to Tracy Williams. Like I said, it was a very good matchup. Next, Katsuyori Shibata and Alex Coughlin versus J.D. Drake and Anthony Henry, the Work Horsemen. Shibata and Henry start the match off, and they mat wrestle in the beginning until J.D. Drake comes in and hits Shibata, which leads to J.D. Drake and Alex Coughlin tagging in, and the Work Horsemen double team Coughlin in their corner for majority of this matchup. Coughlin is able to hit an impressive suplex while he is sitting on the ground, and Anthony Henry is around his neck area, and Coughlin is able to power up and get him in a superplex from sitting, so he's obviously sitting down and he rises up and is able to hit a suplex from a sitting position. That is very good. Shibata tags in after that. The Workhorsemen distract Shibata, leading to a double team combo that almost could have ended the match, but we don't know because Coughlin broke the pin attempt up. Coughlin takes Drake on the outside, while Shibata locks in a sleeper hold on Henry and wins the match with a penalty kick. Following the match, Coughlin points at the Pure Championship and teases wanting a future match against his mentor, Shibata. So it was a very good tag team matchup. Next, we get Willow Nightingale versus Little Mean Mathaline. This is a very quick matchup I wrote down LMK because that's what they put on the little Titantron name card. So LMK attempts to be vicious. The main thing of note is biting Willow's hand, but Willow is not fazed by any of this and wins with a running power slam for the quick matchup. Next, another very good matchup. Tony Nese versus Stu Grayson. Grayson is very powerful early on, including sending Nese to the outside twice and hitting a dive on the outside both times. However, once he tries to get back in the ring, Nese launches him into the barricade because Grayson was on the apron on the top rope, and Nese pushes him off, and Nese goes flying into the barricade, which should have been more effective, but it is fine. The match is very back and forth between both men once they're back in the ring. Both men reverse each other's finishers. Grayson shifts himself out of the way of Nese's running knee in the corner, leading to him eventually hitting Nightfall, which is his finisher, to win the matchup. After the match, the Righteous, which is Vincent, formerly known as Vinny Marcellia, or the other way around, I think it's Vincent, and Dutch, who is definitely formerly Bill Carr. And they just stand there and look at the Dark Order And then after the match, they cut a promo. Like, they go to the back and show them cutting a promo. And they're like, we don't want to destroy you. We want to not join you. I don't remember the word they used. But the promo kind of felt like nothing. Like, they didn't... It's one of those promos where they said a bunch of shit. And at the end of the day, you don't really know, like, what the point of it was. So, I think they kind of... The moral of the story is they want to merge and join the Dark Order. But they'd rather the Dark Order join them. It's kind of how I took the promo. Like I said, a bit confusing, but I did enjoy this Stu Grayson and Tony Nese matchup. Next, a proving ground match with Athena versus Ashley D'Ambrose, which, the way her last name is spelt, I think it should be D'Ambrose. Maybe that's just me being a mark and wanting to say Ambrose. But they said it's D'Ambrose. I'm going to do the simple thing and only refer to her as Ashley. Ashley has quick arm drags early on, but is not enough for Athena's powerful forearms and kicks. Athena hits a follow-away... Ashley. This is the problem with having two A names. Ashley hits a follow-away slam, but gets pushed onto the outside once she is on the top rope. And Athena brutalizes her on the outside, including hitting the running knee into the ring steps, which we've almost seen in every Athena match. And Athena winning with O-face. After the match, Ashley is being interviewed by Lexi Nair, and Athena attacks her, saying, "This is the best y'all got. Can y'all not bring me anything?" And specifically is asking Lexi, who does not book the matches, "Is this the best you got me?" And she finishes this backstage attack with slamming Ashley into her belt, which was on one of those stoop boxes. So, yes, Athena, definitely one of my favorite parts of Ring of Honor, because I've enjoyed all of her matchups so far in this era. But also, oh, Jesus Christ, this is going to haunt me. This is a proving ground matchup. I don't know why I didn't say that at the beginning, but obviously, Ashley does not get a future title shot because she lost and did not last the 15 minutes. But that's besides the point. It was a proving ground matchup. And the main reason I'm mainly saying that, because our main event matchup was a ROH World Title match, which is going to most likely be in the title of this video. Claudio Castagnoli versus Metalik. Metalik doesn't let Claudio overpower him in the beginning of the matchup and tries to keep the match very fast-paced, but it does not work when Claudio catches and slams him on the outside. Once they get back in the ring, Claudio keeps Metalik grounded. Almost sneezed and coughed at the same time, and it just made the craziest noise. But let's get back to the match. Metalik is able to hit a Hurricane Rana and a dive to the outside. Claudio puts his leg up when Metalik attempts a moonsault inside the ring, and Claudio follows that up with several uppercuts. He tries to put Metalik on the top rope, and then Metalik is able to push his way out, and Claudio's on the second rope towards the middle of the rope, and Metalik walks the rope and hits a Hurricane Rana. Then he tries to follow it up with another top rope maneuver, but we don't know what it is because Claudio reversed it into a crossface attempt. Claudio follows this up with several elbow attempts, sort of like Yuta very early on, and wins with a neutralizer, winning the matchup and retaining his Ring of Honor World Championship. Like I said, very quick show, some lowlights, which in almost all the ROH episodes I watch, I very rarely complain, but I complained, obviously, with the DQ bullcrap that we had to deal with. But it's leading to a matchup next week, most likely. We got a good Ring of Honor World Title match. We got some other good matchups. Hopefully, next week's episode is good, even better than this week's. I had some slip-ups. I'll admit, I feel like absolute crap, but I wanted to get this video out, and I think I did a good job. It doesn't really matter to me if I did a good job. It matters to you if I did a good job, which that's just opinions. If y'all don't shut me up, I'm gonna keep going. So I'm just gonna go through my spiel and end the video. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hope you all stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.